Hello, it's Grant. Grant Salvin. Let me spell that for you. Yeah, so this is how you spell my name. I am God. And yeah, maybe you've noticed that my surname, Salvin, it looks very similar to the word salvation. Yeah? Have you ever heard of God grant us? Yeah? Have you ever heard that? Maybe not. Maybe not. So look, let's let's start again here. So if you haven't watched my last video, I suggest you do that. So it's called I Am Mac OS X Snow Leopard. Okay? So, now that I've got this device here, we can talk about Babel. What is Babel? I assume that's how you spell Babel. Or is it like this? Is that what Babel is? How do you spell it? Yeah? How do you spell it? So what's this word then? So if I get rid of this, right? What's this word? Okay? And what's this word? So you got babe and baby. So what are these words? What are these words? Yeah? Have you heard of Babe the Sheep Pig? Yeah? Have you heard of Babe the Sheep Pig? Yeah? I used to watch that when I was a little boy. I even had it on video. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. I don't think... Yeah, anyway. Let's get rid of all this. Right? I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but I am doing it this way. So, there we go. Probably could save myself a lot of time if I just... Ooh, hang on. Yeah, that's better. Ooh, yeah. This is my first time using this. So I'm hoping that you hear me. Because I can't be bothered to do a test video. I'm just going to carry on. So here's another word, okay? So this is one of my favorite words to use. Yeah? You might know it. Yeah? You know what that word is? Cunt? Okay, so do you know what this word is? Yeah? See, this is cunt, and this is cunt try. Yeah? You see how this works? Yeah? You see how this works? So now, who's this? What is this? You see this? It says re. So you say this country. Country. Okay, so re is... Okay, so you know who this is, right? You know what this word means, yeah? Ma. Yeah? You know who ma is? Ma is another way of saying mum or mother. Yeah? Now, if you take this word, ma, which means mum or mother, and you add this, re, to here, what do you get? You get Mary. Yeah? Mary. Okay? So the thing is that in my previous video, I mentioned this. I talked about Aaliyah Dana Houghton. Okay? Aaliyah Dana Houghton. So, whoop, hang on. So, Aaliyah, Dana, Houghton. Oh, shit, hang on. Whoops. Houghton. Okay? Is it? I think, is it? Yeah, I think it's 1L. Anyway, whatever. Aaliyah Dana Houghton. Now, Aaliyah is a very interesting name because it means the most exalted one. Also, you know, those people who call themselves Jews, they go back to the land of Israel and they call that making Aliyah, which is spelled, it's only one A, so it's spelled Aliyah. Now, the interesting thing is when I moved to West-sur-Super-Mare, well, that was a while ago, but after my mum died in 2021, I started my new Facebook page at the beginning of 2022. And when I started it, there was actually a girl in West-sur-Super-Mare who died in a car crash. Her dad watched it happen to her because basically she was in her dad's car and she was in the car and she was messing around basically. She was just playing around and it turned into an accident. So basically I think she let the car off the parking brake. I think it was something like that, and the car rolled down the hill and it crashed and unfortunately she died. Now I didn't know about that until probably about a year or two afterwards, after I started my new Facebook account. So I had no idea that happened. I just happened to see it online when I was searching the name Aaliyah, and I searched West-sur-Super-Mare because I was just trying to find. Well, I stumbled across the news article basically. Um, but you know, this is so she died in a crash. Well, this is the thing. Aaliyah Dana Houghton, she died in a plane crash in the Bahamas. Yeah. So a place called Marsh Harbour, Abaco Island. Okay, so that's so where she died was Marsh Harbour, Abaco Island in the Bahamas. So what goes ba? Yeah, a sheep goes ba, doesn't it? Ba, ha, ma. Yeah, you notice Aaliyah Dana Houghton is ADH, and obviously if you know that's AH or HA and ma, yeah, ba, ha, mas, yeah. Did you see that? This is magic. This is how word magic works. Okay, I'm demonstrating how words happen. And I'm doing my best to explain all of this. But yeah, let me get rid of this. Hang on. So she died on the 25th of August, 2001. Okay? Whoops. So she died the 25th of August. August 2001. Now, you know what happened on 9/11 2001. Yeah, there was the other plane crashes. Yeah. So, where's my, yeah, oh, yeah, okay. So we'll get rid of this. What do I want to talk about here? What do I want to talk about here? So let's get rid of all this. Don't need any of that. Oh, excuse me. So, when I was that age, so what happened was I lived in southeast London, in, well, Surrey, southeast London. I lived in a place called, well, I went to school at a school called Homefield. Homefield in Sutton, south east London. Okay, when I was a little boy, when I was about between the ages of 7 to 13, I guess. It was 12, or I think it was 13, yeah. And then I went to a school called Charterhouse. Okay, a very expensive boarding school. Yeah, a boarding school. Now, you know what it means to board a flight. Yeah, so if you get on an airplane, you are said to be boarding a flight. And you know what a charter flight is. Okay? So just before I went to Charterhouse, I started there in September. Guess what year? 2001. Yeah? I don't know if you noticed, but see, when I was a kid, my favorite band was Limp Bizkit. Okay? I was a big fan of Limp Bizkit when I was a kid. If you've seen the music video for their song, it's called Rollin'. Yeah? Keep rolling, rolling. Yeah? Rollin'. Rollin'. And the music video was shot on top of the World Trade Center. It was only a couple of days. I'm talking, it was about, I think it was 2 or 3 days. So it would have been in September 2001 when they shot the music video. And it was the only one of their songs that actually, it went to #1 in the UK charts, strangely enough. And then when I went to that boarding school, Charterhouse, that's when I started smoking. And actually, right now, I want to roll a cigarette. I hope this video is going okay. But anyway, here's a lot of details for you. So you can always pause the video. You can have a look at the details for yourself. Okay? So I'm going to try and get as many details into this video as I can. So it makes it nice and easy for you to understand me. Okay? So I was born on the 14th of November. November 1987. Okay? I was born in Aberdeen, in Scotland. Yeah, my name's not Scott. My name's Grant. Okay? But I was born in Scotland. Some people call that the Highlands. Yeah? The Highlands. Yeah? So I'm God. Yeah? I'm God. I came down from heaven. Yeah? And I landed in a country called Scotland, which you call the Highlands. Okay? In a city called Aberdeen. On the 14th of November, 1987. If you don't know, there was the Great Storm of 1987. Okay, so Great Storm, which was in October 1987. If you don't know what that is, maybe you can take a look, right? Anyways, let me roll a cigarette here, because I could pause the video, but you know what? Whatever, right? You can wait. Have a think about it. Just think about it. Yeah? We're having fun here. We're having fun here, okay? So, yeah, I mean, have you seen the film Highlander? The film Highlander, yeah? There was a bunch of films called Highlander. The very first one was probably, well, it was the best one, wasn't it? Let's be honest. The others were shit. But, you know, the first film, Highlander. And you know what the actor's name was? What was his name? Christopher Lambert. Yeah? Christopher Lambert. Now, here's a couple of interesting things, okay? So I showed you what my birthday is, okay? I showed you, you know what my birthday is now, okay? So, let me, I've rolled my cigarette, so let me just tidy this up a bit, okay? So let's get rid of all this. Ooh, oh, hang on. Ooh. Right. So, who else was born on the 14th of November, do you think? Okay? King Charles the Third. Yeah? That's his birthday, the 14th of November. Which year was it? I can't remember. Whatever. Now, my dad is called Charles. Yeah? He has long hair. Yeah, he's got long hair like this. Yeah? So he's like, you know what I mean? He's like this, right? He's got all this long hair. He's got long fucking hair. And he's got a big fucking beard as well, like this. Yeah? Like this. He looks like a big fucking caveman. Yeah? And he's a skinny guy as well. You know, I'm not very good at drawing this, but, you know, there you go, right? He looks like a fucking caveman. That's my dad. Yeah? And his name's Charlie. Yeah? And he lives in Aberdeen. Last time I checked. Okay? So, that's the thing, you know, well, that's the thing, he ran away from me, he forsook me, okay? When I was a boy, my parents got divorced, and my dad was a useless bastard, okay? That's the story, that's how it was, right, okay? What else did I want to say about this, okay? So, King Charles III, so remember what I said about Aaliyah Dana Houghton, okay? So that's, you know, that's Lee ya, like that. That's how you say it, isn't it? You say Lee ya. Okay? So then who is Char Lee? Who is Charlie? You know what charcoal is, right? You know what, if you char something, you burn it. Yeah? So if something's charred, it tends to have a darker appearance. Okay? And, you know, that's the thing about Aaliyah Dana Houghton. She was dark-skinned. Okay? So I'm spitting all over my tablet here. Fucking hell. Anyways. So that's the thing, right? And obviously, my mum, well, my biological mum, okay? See, Aaliyah Dana Houghton, she was the Virgin Mary. She was the Virgin Mary. But obviously in this lifetime, I was born from a woman's body, okay? And her name was Fiona. Okay, her name was Fiona. So my mum's name, okay, so Fiona Suzanne Salvin. See, when she divorced my dad, she kept his surname. She wanted to keep his surname because she didn't want everyone to think I was a bastard, or she didn't want everyone saying, "Oh, but is he your son?" She didn't want that situation, so she thought, "Fuck it, I'll just keep that guy's name then," and that's what she did. She kept his name. A bit unusual, but that's what she did. Okay? But her maiden name was actually Reed. Now, you know what it is to read a fucking book, right? Obviously, she didn't read the Bible, obviously. Or she didn't make much of an effort. Excuse me. So, she was born in 1964. So everyone called her Fee. Okay? Fee. Fee is short for Fiona. Okay? So, and the thing is, I am male. Yeah, I am male. This is my sex, my gender. Okay? But obviously, I was the son of Fee. Okay? Female. Okay? Do you understand what I'm trying to get at here? Yeah? I mean, the thing is that half of the humans in this world are female. Okay? I'm not one of them. I'm male. I'm this. Yeah? I have a penis. Yeah? Penis. And I'm writing this with a fucking pen. Yeah, you see the word pen there? Pen. Pen is. Yeah? Okay, so hopefully you are seeing some interesting things here. Okay. Sorry, I need a breather. Hang on. So on my social media, you might see that there's me in a blue. I'm in a blue dress. Okay, I'm wearing a blue dress. I am in drag. Yeah, I have put on drag clothes. Yeah, so dragon. Yeah, blue dragon. Yeah, and now that I've read this sentence, yeah, we could say red dragon. Yeah, because we fucking read we read those words, didn't we? So red dragon, blue dragon, dragon. There you go. Okay, dragon. You know what it is to cross dress? Yeah, cross dress. You know, it could be a cross like this, or it could be a cross like this. You know, if you're saying fucking Merry Christmas, yeah, Merry Christmas, God, be crucified again. Yeah. Isn't that what you want? Yeah, you want to have your... Yeah, let's crucify God again on Christmas Day. Yeah, why the fuck not, huh? Isn't that what humans would love to do? Yeah, that's exactly what humans want to do. Because they're a bunch of arseholes. Okay? Merry Christmas. And at the end of the day, you know, saying that, who the fuck is Chris Mace? Who's that? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that? Are you telling me? You know what I mean? There's a guy called Chris, and this is his mistress, is it? This is his mistress. So Christmas is really about Chris and his mistress. Yeah? His mistress. Whatever, right? You get the point. Hopefully. See, this is the thing. The words you say, the words you write, how you write them, how they sound, that all matters. Okay? It all matters. So, you know, I didn't script this at all, okay? I am literally randomly just writing down my thoughts as they come to me, okay? So, what more can I say about this? Maybe I should have a cup of coffee. Yeah, cup of coffee. Well, you know what my mum was called, yeah? My mum was called Fee. Yeah? And how did she die? She died of lung cancer. Yeah. See, it started off as rectal cancer. She had rectal cancer and they had to remove her colon. Yeah, so they took out her colon. Yeah, you know what a colon is, yeah? Wait, is that a colon? No, that's a comma. That's a comma. Wait, this is isn't this a colon? Isn't that? And then you got a semicolon, which is that, and it's like that, isn't it? Anyways, whatever. Grammar, yeah? Grammar? Anyway, coffee. Yeah. So my mum died. Do you know what graffiti is? Yeah. So yeah. You know what my first name is? Grant. Yeah. So Grant. Yeah. And then it's T. Yeah. Graffiti. Or is it two F's? I can never remember. Yeah, it's probably two F's. But anyway, it's art, isn't it? Yeah. I'm magically connected to all that. Yeah. Yeah, you know what feces are? Yeah, you know, feces. Yeah, feces. Or seize. You know what it is to seize something if you're going to steal something, for instance? Seize. Or, you know, there's seize. You know, these are all different words, but they all sound exactly the fucking same. Yeah? Fee, seize, seize, and seize. Okay? My evil, dead mom. She died of cancer. Okay? The reason I have so much money is because she died. And I took it. Okay? Excuse me for one moment. So, what should I write about then? Should do a smiley face? Here we go, look. All right, whatever. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay. So, Babel. You know, and obviously there's Babel on. Yeah. So Babylon. You know, that always used to confuse me, right? So you know, there's the Tower of Babel or Babel. You know, some people pronounce it differently, right? Some people say Babel or Babel or Babel, right? And then you got Babylon. You know, depending how you pronounce these things, they could be the same thing. Okay? You see, words are like, see, they can be split. You see, every letter has code in it. And you can break it down into the different syllables as well. And there's code in that. And how you say it, there's code in that as well. And all of these have magic implications. Okay? You know what the world is, yeah? The world. Yeah? The world. The world is evil. Okay? The world is evil. Okay? You know who this is, right? Eve. And then we got evil. Yeah? You got evolution. Yeah? Evolution. Evolution. Yeah? Evolution. Evolution. Do you understand, like, why these words are the way that they are? What I'm telling you is that it's a giant puzzle. Okay? It is a gigantic puzzle that I have a very good understanding of, and I'm trying to explain it to you. You know, I said in my previous video, I was talking about Mac OS X Snow Leopard, which is an operating system. Yeah? And that is shortened to OS. Yeah? OS or O's. You know, people say, don't they? They say, oh my God. So what is it that they're really saying? Are they saying this? Oh my God. Is that what they're saying? Like, you owe God something. Is that what you're saying? Or are you obsessed with a circle? Yeah? This is a hole. Yeah? You see this? This is a hole. Yeah? Obviously, you could say ho lee. Holy. Hole. The holy hole. Yeah? It's a big fucking O. Yeah, a big fucking O. Yeah? A big fucking circle. You see? Oh my God. You see, man would like to think that a hole, he wants to pretend that a hole is his God. You see? You see, a man... You see, this is what the world does, right? The world uses all this babble to create confusion, to try to steal God's power. The words you use are actually very important. Most people don't understand that. You see, words... Well, you've heard of manifestation. Yeah? Manifestation. Yeah? Repeated affirmations. Yeah? What's this about? If you don't know what that is, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and search it. Learn about it. What is it? What's this all about? If you don't know it, you've been living under a rock. Okay? You obviously don't listen to people very often. And all their bullshit. Yeah? Talking about bullshit. What's a buy? You know, what's this? Look at this, right? Buy bull? You know, is this a bisexual bull? Or you're buying a bull? What is it we're talking about here? Yeah? You know, I'm writing on a tablet. Yeah? You know the book of Exodus? Yeah? The book of Exodus. You know, I gave the 2 tablets to Moses, didn't I? Yeah? And he went down and he found the Israelites, you know, they'd made a golden calf. Yeah? They made a golden calf. Yeah? You know you know what a calf is? You know what a bull is? You know what a cow is? Yeah? You know what cowhide is? Leather? Your leather wrapped Bibles? All that stuff? Yeah? Do you understand how it all adds together? It means something. It's important to understand these things. I mean, think about the word understand. right? Understand. Okay? Can I... Ooh, what's this? Yeah, hang on. If I select this, let me just move this up, right? There we go. Okay. So, let's say this is the world, okay? You got all these stupid fucking people, yeah? Wandering around. Yeah, you got all these people, fucking idiots, whatever, right? These people are stupid as fuck, okay? Now, if you understand, where the fuck are you? Does this mean you're underground? Does this mean you're down here? This is where you are, because you understand. If you're understanding, if you're understanding, right? Is this where you are? Sorry, that's so badly drawn. But anyways, understand. Yeah. You see, people by being stupid are elevating themselves. Yeah, above the person who understands. You see, I'm God. I am the truth. I understand. But there's no one above me. That's the thing, right? But the world, the demons, they would like to believe they're above me. Because they're fucking stupid. Yeah? So, have a think about that one. Yeah? Try to understand that one, yeah? I mean, think about it. What did God say? He says that I will make the earth. God said this, right? God said, I said this. I will make the earth my footstool. Footstool. Yeah? I will make the earth my footstool. It's somewhere along those lines, isn't it? It's you know, that's not an exact quote here, okay? But but what's a stool? What's this then? What's a stool? You know what a stool is, right? So you got a circular circle, it's got legs. You sit on the fucking thing, yeah? That's a stool. But then you could have a big lump of shit, yeah? Like this, you know what I mean? Yeah? And it's all a big pile of shit. That's stool as well, right, isn't it? Yeah? It's all part of the puzzle. It's all part of the puzzle. You see, the thing about shit, it's soil, it's earth, it's the world. Okay, if you know what Kundalini is, Kundalini awakening. Sorry. Awakening. It's awakening the chakras. Okay, the chakras. They start at the root chakra. Okay, that's at the base of the spine, where the ass is, where the shit comes out, yeah? Where the shit. So basically, what people are doing is they're connecting to one another through soil, right? People are connecting to one another through soil, shit, earth, and the world, right? I told people, don't be of the world, be of my spirit. Yeah? The Spirit of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Jesus Christ. You know, that just made me think, you think how many people are called JC, who have the initials JC. Okay? You got Jim Carrey. Yeah, the actor, Jim Carrey. There's Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, from Top Gear. Yeah, Top Gear. Yeah. That arsehole. Who else? I can think of many others, actually. There was some, I can't remember. John, oh yeah, the character. You'll see in a lot of stories, there are characters who have the initials JC. For instance, John Connor. Yeah, you remember Terminator? Yeah, Judgment Day. Yeah, you remember that one? Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Yeah. Keep an eye out for that one, yeah? Keep an eye out for that one. So, now let me draw something. So, Freemasonry. Let's talk about Freemasonry quickly, okay? So what is Freemasonry? Freemasonry. Well, remember what I told you about Mary and Re. Yeah, Re. And here's Ma. And here's Son. Yeah, and this is F. You know what it means to F something, right? F is short for fuck. Yeah? So get rid of that. Re. Yeah? F. Re. Ma. Son. Re. Freemasonry. Okay? So if I can get rid of all that. Okay? So, they're witches. Okay? They are witches. Trying to steal my power. And they're trying to... that's why they do things in secret. They are evil. They do evil rituals. Okay, if you ever seen the one eye symbolism, so, let me draw something. So, yeah. So, quite often you'll see there'll be something like an eye, right? So, something like that, there'll be an eye. Yeah, an eye. And, you might see it in a triangle like this, yeah? Something like that. We call it the Eye of Providence or something. Or maybe you'll see it, you'll see lines like this. So, like that. So it'll be like, yeah. Do you see what that looks like? Do you see what that looks like? What if I drew this? Like this. Might not be the best drawing, but you see, it's all about. You see you see the third eye. Yeah, they call, well, this is, people talk about the third eye. Okay. If you didn't know how to say this, you would just say. You would say this in. Ooh, you would say this instead. Third eye. Okay, you know what a turd is, yeah? You know what a turd is, yeah, that's shit. What does this look like? And what does this look like? It looks like an asshole. You see, they use sex magic to try to control the world. They use sex magic for power. Okay? I have studied tarot. Okay? Tarot. I've studied tarot, which is is normally a 78 card deck for divination. Okay? So divination. Okay? It's magic, and it's all designed around the idea of the anus. Okay? You see, if you've heard of the Anunnaki, okay? If you heard of the Anunnaki, okay? Anu is called the Sky Father. Okay? In magic, you see, the thing is, I'm God, right? I'm Father. I was Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is associated with my past. And that means Jesus Christ is associated with what's behind me. And what is behind me is my anus. Okay? And that's where you know that saying, where the sun does not shine? Yeah? Well, the reason people say that is because it's witchcraft against me. It's trying to steal my light and my power. But basically, yeah. I mean, if you think about the world, how obsessed it is with the anus. It is. Are you going to tell me that the world is not obsessed with that? Then you're a liar. You simply are a stupid person. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Okay? I'm telling you the truth. You see, Jesus was nailed to... Okay, so this is a number 2. Okay? Did you hear what I said? Yeah? A number 2. Okay? What's a number? What is a number 2? Number 2 means shit. Doesn't it? So nailed to the cross. Yeah? What does cross mean? If you're angry at somebody, you might be described as cross. Why do you think there are so many people in the world who have a problem with anger? Yeah? Yeah, you tell me, what's a hot cross bun? Yeah? You know what a bun is? Yeah? What's a bun? And then what's a bum? Yeah? You notice how bun looks like the word bum? And people actually call bums, they call them buns, don't they? Why is that the case? Why is that the case? Jesus said, so if you read the book of Revelation, it talks about the 2 witnesses. I think it's chapter 11. And it talks about how Jesus was figuratively crucified in the city of Sodom and Egypt. Okay? Now, the word Sodom, okay, is associated with sodomy. That's anal sex. Okay? Egypt is associated with bondage. Yeah? So when you look at that big cross with Jesus hanging on it, yeah, like that, yeah, remember this: bondage, sodomy, yeah, this is, Jesus took the sins of the world on himself. Yeah, that was me. I took the sins of the world. Yeah, so we got sodomy and bondage. Yeah, that seems to be quite a popular thing these days, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, so when I say that anal sex is a really important thing to understand how it is sex magic, and you deny what it is that I'm trying to tell you, well, guess where you're fucking going, yeah? Guess where you're going. Yeah? Have a guess. Have a guess. You want to call me a liar? Yeah? What is a liar? Yeah? You know, if someone wants to have a lie down, yeah, like this, yeah, he wants to go lie in his bed, yeah, he's on his bed, yeah, he's got his bed, he's lying on it, he's got his pillow, yeah, under his head, and he's got his cover over him like that, yeah? Is this a liar? Is this what you call a liar? Or maybe it's the demons that you listen to that tell you that this guy is a liar. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is it? Is that what it is? So, you know, it's an interesting word, liar, right? Because if you take the word liar, yeah, and you flip that word around, what do you get? You get R-A-I-L. Yeah? What is rail? Oh, look. Is rail. Is rail. Yeah? How did we get there? How the fuck did we manage to get to there so quickly, do you think? You see, if you're a liar and you turn that word around, well, what's the opposite of a liar? You know, surely someone who's the opposite of a liar is someone who tells the truth. Yeah? How is it that language is this way? How did it get to this, do you think? Well, the fact is that I am God. Okay? I am God. Sorry, I got a notification. Anyway, look, I am the Word. Okay? My power is delivered through the Word. Words. You know, why do people pray? Why do people pray? Why do people say specific words? Why do people choose the words that they do? You know, when people speak, like I said, you know, there's all this code, okay? People don't even know what they're saying. You know, when Jesus said to people, it's like, you don't even know where your words come from. You don't even know what you're saying. Because that's the thing. Someone who is a demon, okay, and listens to demons, right? They are speaking. When they speak, they don't really know what it is that they're really saying. You see, there's another conversation that's happening because of all the code. Because of all the code, speak. It's the babble. Okay? It's the babble that comes out of the mouth. I mean, let's, for instance, okay, I speak to you through a mouth. Okay? Now, what's a moth? Yeah? You know what a moth is, right? And you know what a mother is. Yeah? I mean, this is the thing. I told you I have a Leah Dana Houghton ghost on the front of me, right? She is literally in my mouth. Her ghost is in my mouth and on the front of my body. Okay? You know what this is? You know what that is? Yeah? That's the situation I'm in. Yeah, this. We're not talking about, this is a sex position. Hang on, let me get rid of that. Anyways, and I'm talking about an invisible ghost. Yeah? She was the Virgin Mary once upon a time. Oh, excuse me. I mean, look at the word light. Okay, so what's this then? Yeah? What's this? And what is this? See, the world loves darkness. It sees darkness as light. It's the liars. You see, the world thinks the liars are the real light, but they're actually the darkness. The world gets it all wrong. I'm the light. I'm God. But the world sees me as darkness. It gets it the wrong way around. The world wants to say that I'm nobody. Yeah? No body. Yeah? No one. No thing. Yeah? I'm no thing. I'm nothing. Yeah? I'm nothing. Yeah? That's the world you live in.